po' di figa qua. Cioè, boh, è una giornata smorta qua per il forum. Abituati ad altro. Ma c'è anche gente che viene a vederlo? Cioè, c'è il pubblico, no? Già da-
Subito a sua la prestazione commenta. Confirmation costs Wolf Seipal and Klev Stuen now on the clock. Fourth heat on the ice as Reynes Berzins, Matehan Atan, Quentin Vercoq, Peter Murphy, Daniel Bergen, Wara Noiron, and Raphael Moret of the Swiss Ibex. Well, there is some pace coming. It's Moret maybe going to go on a flyer.
Well, this is
here we go.
Certainly a way to push the pace. He's looking over his shoulder, seeing, is the pack reacting to me? So far, they're not reacting very aggressively. No one's taking the initiative to try to close that gap. They don't want to do that work. So we're seeing Moret pull a bit of a lead here. Well, a big lead, I should say, a big gap.
And the reaction still hasn't happened just yet. He's got about a half a lap lead, and you're just waiting, wondering who and when is the organization for the come. It's gonna come. It's Berzins leading it, but Moret, he's got them almost within sight. Here's Jeff Katura, the coach down there, shouting instructions at him.
Moret's doing a great job. He's got to find an efficient track pattern here. He's got to make sure he's not wearing his legs out too much.
And if he does get up behind them, he does get that draft and a chance to rest the legs a little bit. He's inside 7. It's Peter Murphy leading the chase that still does not look like it has much going.
The gap is kind of held now. Looks like the pack's reacting. Reynes Berzins in the front. Atan now moving up to the lead, putting in a charge. They're looking across the ice. They see where he's at.
And the legs now, not much left for Moret.
Vercoq, Atan, and Berzins tracking down quickly.
And I think that will do it. He lasted until just inside 4 to go. Appreciate the effort. Raphael Moret gave it a shot. Just now the lactic sets in and the pain in the legs. It is Berzins on the front, Atan and Vercoq.
Noiron just trying to hold in touch with this lead group, but that's stretching out, so we got a race of 3, so they don't have to get too desperate on any moves.
That this, if it stays this way, these 3 go through. Berzins, Atan, and Vercoq, 1, 2, 3. Noiron's time at 2:21, looking like it would not be enough.
We don't have any yellow markers here, so Klev Stuen is still the skater on the bubble.
You appreciate the effort. Raphael Moret, this small but building Swiss program, taking a shot, going on the breakaway, and when you're off on your own, especially in a 1500, it really starts to hurt.
Yeah, you have to manage that energy. Moret was pushing hard as long as he could, but the lactic acid caught up with him.
You could just see it in not only his face, but not getting down low anymore. He was almost starting to stand up at moments. That's when you know that the pain has set in.
Got to appreciate the effort though and the strategy. He knows, where he stands amongst those skaters with the likes of Berzins, Atan, and Vercoq, who are all very strong. So you got to try to use whatever you got to your advantage.
Heat number 5 is on the ice as you see the results for heat number 4. 5th heat as Lu Zhanshuo, the Ice Chillins, Zhu Yiding, the Chinese Lungs, Furkan Akar, Oleg Hande, Peter Riches, Matthias Wolfgang, and Linus Risnes. Another one of the Norwegian Vikings. There's the start list. Risnes on the front. He almost gets to the front. His teammate is sitting on the bubble to get into the quarterfinals. I wonder if there might be some thought in there, hey, my teammate might get through if we slow this down. Not that obviously they do that sort of thing, but he wants to qualify. But at the moment, a Viking is in that 4th place position.
I was actually thinking the opposite. I was thinking if I was Risnes, I might want to push the pace to try to get that qualifying time, because again, this is a tough field here. There's going to be a heated battle, I think, for the finish. A lot of skaters quite evenly matched here. Lu Zhangshuo, he's the highest. Lu Zhangshuo is the highest ranked skater in this race. We know how capable he is of passing. He's got some great speed, but let's keep an eye on these guys.
I am told we are working now. Thank you for joining us. We are in Milan, stop number 6 on the ISU Short Track World Tour. Now things really starting to pick up. Linus Risnes. Here goes Lu Zhangshuo, never afraid to make the move, going around the outside.
A car looking to join him. Is he going to tuck into that 2nd position? Risnes hold him to the outside, so a car has to go all the way to the front. Ole Honde now looking to join him.
Honde, another one of those skaters who will likely be in every event. He's often a very busy man, but it is a car up there amongst the elite sprinters.
Riches in that Maverick helmet looking up the inside. Oh,
5 skaters all going for it at the front. Inside 3, it is still a car. Zhu and Lu right now taking up the top 3.
Rich is looking up the inside of Lu. Lu slipping on the exit. He's going to be running out of time. He's going to have to build his speed back. He's got Ole Honde behind him to manage as well.
Lu does get back up to speed at the bell. He makes the move on Riches. They bump. Does he make it stick, and can he carry it? It is Zhu, it is a car, and then it is Riches, and the time will not be good enough for the 4th place. So still, Mika Klevstuen 2 races away from moving on to the quarterfinals as the lone 4th place entrant. Of course, if there are penalties and advancements, just throw that all away.
Well, that was a great finish from Lu there. He had a slip on one of the exits. He lost a lot of speed. He composed himself. He got his pace back up. He was able to make that nice little inside pass to move into that 3rd position to qualify through.
Almost for Riches. Animated things a little bit. The man who's done both long and short track. Lu Zhangshuo, you mentioned he's got to get back up to speed. He did that pretty quickly within the straightaway. He was back up behind Riches.
And it's so difficult to do that at the end of a 1,500 meter when you have all those laps in your legs are heavy, and now you're thinking, great, I got to try to re-accelerate, but I feel like I have nothing left. Not easily done.
Those results are final. Zhu, Akar, and Lu moving into the quarterfinals. There you go, heat number 6. Etienne Bastier, something of a revelation last weekend of the French Roosters. He is out of position 1. Adil Galiakhmatov, Watanabe Keita of the Japanese Ninjas, Liam O'Brien, the Irish Wolfhounds, Timofey Kokelko, Dietrich Velakis, and another one who had a nice little foray into the senior ranks last weekend, Sean Shui of the USA Eagles. Actually had a chance to talk with Dietrich Velakis yesterday of the Swiss Ibex. They recruit largely from hockey, but he was talking about how much he's enjoyed the switch, and he sort of felt like this was a sport he wished he'd been doing sooner, but he's up against guys who have been doing this almost their whole lives, and he's been doing it for 3 years, cramming a whole lot of intricacies and lessons about the ins and outs of the sport into a short period of time.
And it's so difficult to do that because there's so much you have to learn on the skating side, the technical side, let alone the racing side, the strategy, the tactics. And again, as you said, Gavin, going against skaters who've been doing this, over 20, in some cases, almost 30 years with some of those skaters that are in their 30s now, then they might have started skating when they were 3 years old and with a short track club. So great to see that. I hope we get more hockey players hearing that message and coming out to try some short track.
Well, that's it. He was almost he's saying he's spreading the message too back at home, telling guys he's played with, this is a thing. You should give it a shot. And the Swiss program starting to build. This is the first round of World Tour stops we've seen them as the European swing. They were also at the European Championships, but he's moved to Basel when he was just 3 years old after being born in Canada. But at the front right now, Watanabe Keita, Etienne Bastier, and Sean Shui getting up into third. He bumps O'Brien out wide, and that one will merit a look.
I was just going to say, Sean Shui is this junior short track phenom out of the United States. He's coming in unranked, so it really kind of disrupts the rankings of the 1500 when you have an unranked skater who is this caliber, and it's going to be fun to see him go throughout the rest of the weekend, especially in the 500 meter where he's just an incredible sprinter, but he's got speed and he can pass. But that one was a bit of a bump. I think his hips hitting the shoulders of O'Brien, so we'll wait to see a review or if that gets cleared. But we have 4 skaters together now at the front of the race.
It is the veteran Galyakhmatov, now Shui going up into second, Bastier, who made a B final in the 1500 meter last weekend in Tilburg, up into third. But it is Watanabe off the front. Now there's a bump for second, but Watanabe stays away from all of the drama and takes the heat. And Shui, well, gesturing a little bit, and that's what is going to be reviewed, his bump with O'Brien.
Well, Galyakhmatov made a tight move there towards the finish on Bastier. That caused both skaters to lose some momentum. Sean Shui was able to capitalize, jump into second. Here's a review of that pass from Sean Shui. His shoulders are definitely, Liam O'Brien getting the elbow up a little bit, so we'll see the officials. Here's another look at it. Sean Shui going into the corner, that left elbow just getting up. You want to take up some track, but you got to watch how you're doing it.
But Watanabe takes the race.
So we got confirmation. They're just reviewing an arm push from O'Brien on Sean Shui.
There is Liam O'Brien coming off the ice. That Irish program has athletes kind of scattered all over the world. O'Brien lives in Korea. Sean McAnuff lives in Hungary. McAnuff is telling us he's done some coaching in Ireland to hopefully build some enthusiasm for the sport there. And that's the incident that they are looking at. Possible arm push is what is being looked at. But of course, recovery by Shui to get right up there in the mix. That's the incident. And it looks like the decision has been made, and we will throw it down to the ice for the ruling.
Unfortunately, we're not able to hear the decision, but I think we will be getting it.
The penalty is to O'Brien. And since Shui got up into second, here we go. There you go, O'Brien penalty, but Shui finished second in the heat anyway, so he is moving on ahead of Bastier, Adil Galyakhmatov, just missing out. There you have the results. Watanabe will go through along with Shui and Bastier. One heat still to come. Mika Klevstuen still sitting on the bubble, and we'll see if this heat just goes for it as we look back at the incident.
So watch this left elbow of Liam O'Brien here as they enter the corner, just getting up on the hip of Sean Shui. Sean Shui doing a great job, staying on his feet, because when you get a bump to the hips as you're entering a corner and you're trying to turn, that can really set you off and put you down.
And heat number 7 has the Canadian veteran Maxime Laoun in this weekend. Moonwon Jun of the Hungarian Falcons, Ben Jung, Lucas Wareham, Sean McAnuff, DNA Sillier, and Martin Prentel, a newcomer to the Croatian Dalmatian side. it is Laun. He's making his season debut on this European stop, coming in last weekend in Tilburg.
Again, it always speaks to the depth of the Ice Maples, right? When you're pulling in new skaters to your team who are also decorated Olympians. So
gold medal winners in the relay. Yeah, not a bad option to come off the bench. And for the moment, it is Ben Jung, and this looks like they are racing amongst themselves. So somewhere, Mika Klevstuen is probably just hoping there are no advancements now.
He's been holding his breath for a few races, I imagine.
Wareham, we saw him go on a long-range attack a week ago. He is not doing that this time. Keeping his powder dry, the match is unlit.
And of course, the slower this race goes in the beginning, it really, caters to the hands of skaters like DNA Cellier and Sean McAnuff, who's a little bit more on that sprint side.
McAnuff getting into the quarterfinals of the 500 meters last weekend in Tilburg. Good shot in the arm for that program.
Lucas Wareham on the outside, looking to regain the lead of this race. Pushing the speed, just losing his footing. Now he's trapped, he's gonna have to try to tuck back in. DNA Cellier kind of blocking the door, holding his position. That's gonna cost the legs, unfortunately for Lucas Wareham. That's always difficult when you get caught on the outside. Unfortunate slip for him as Max Lahoun pushes the pace now in the front, dropping it down 9-0.
Here comes Moon as well, another great addition to that Hungarian Falcons program. It is Laun and Moon off the front. Cellier trying to close. Jung not sure he has the legs to keep up. But is Maxime Laun and Moon Wanju well off in front. Cellier goes down, I think, on his own.
Yeah, just crossing over, long exit, lost his footing, an unfortunate slip, so that opens the door for Lucas Wareham. Sean McAnuff's gonna look to try to set something up. I don't know if he's got the legs left though.
It is Laun and Moon, a good effort from McAnuff, just coming up just short, and Wareham will hang on for third place. And that is why you always skate to the finish line. You never know. And unfortunate though for DNA Cellier as we take a look back at the heat, the replay.
Well, I really felt DNA Cellier did a great job in this race, just really kind of biding his time, staying patient in the pack, taking the draft, using the slow pace to his advantage, and then striking at the right moment. But then that unfortunate slip just kind of threw it all away. Here's a look at Lucas Wareham on the outside. There's that slip off the left foot. Regains his balance, and fortunate for him, it ended up paying off. Here's that look at Cellier. Now he's making his strike as Max Lahoun pushed the pace. Trying to build out. Cellier gets some speed, just losing the left.
Unfortunate for Cellier. And Moon just nicely in the draft following Maxime Lahoun. And those two are through, as is Lucas Wareham. And that means, though there is in fact one fourth place qualifier, there were no advancements, and that is good news for Mika Klevstuen of the Norwegian Vikings. He will be into the quarterfinals. As we see the results, Lahoun, Moon, and Wareham, 3 automatic qualifiers going through. And then we'll get a list of who has advanced as the ice resurfacing machines come out. That is a telltale sign that we get a first break of the day, as you see the list of qualifiers. With the 22 skaters in all getting into the quarterfinals, which take place as part of the afternoon session later on today. Next up, after the break, we will have the 500 meter preliminaries, first the women and then the men, so changing things up to something completely different. That is the first block of races from Milan. Catch our first break of the day. Stay with us. quick turnaround, playing a bit of catch up here, obviously with the slight delay we had this morning into the women's 500-meter preliminaries. 7 heats, top 2 from each up race, and maximum of 6 fastest third-place skaters will qualify for the heats. And the first round of skaters is on the ice. Julie Latai of the USA Eagles, Lisa Eckstein of the German Wolves, Zeynep Kumar Khan of the Kazakh Nomads, Lee So-yun, the Korean White Tigers veteran, and Berenice Combi, a young skater from the French Roosters, still just 18 years of age and already has a bronze medal in the women's relay from last year's European Championships. There is the starting lineup. These ones will go quickly. Into that first corner, a great start by Combi, getting up right behind Lee So-yun, and Julie Latai, back from injury, has now a weekend of racing into her legs. We'll see how she does this week.
Great exit from Julie Latai there, really carrying her speed well. Lee So-yun looking relaxed in second. Nice inside pass.
Combi lining up a move now up the inside, getting into second. Almost a little bit of a panic there, but she did tuck in.
Well, she made a great job getting some space for herself as she moved into the entry on Latai.
And it is Lee and Combi, 1 and 2. And
so just looking back at Lee, I was just doing some quick research. It looks like she had a bronze medal in the 1,000 meter in the 2012-2013 Short Track World Cup. So
she's been around. I thought I recognized the name. It's like, oh, it's not one we've seen lately. Yeah, she's one of those ones coming in without a world ranking, so she hasn't done this in a while, but...
Well, what we talked about at Tilburg is, you know, in the winter we have secondary trials for a lot of teams. You start to see some new faces in the second half of the season. So there you have it, Lee So-yun making a return to the team here in the World Tour on World Stop number 6. But obviously the team was in the Asian Games in Harbin last week, so we didn't get to watch the Korean White Tigers.
Confirmation, Latai now on the clock, 44.452. Though it is a maximum of 6 of 7, so odds are okay. We tend to have more clean racing in the morning as with more gaps opening up, and now we'll hear a roar for the first Italian gladiator of the weekend, Ariana Siegel.
Yeah, looking at the time advancement positions, I think it's going to be that mid to low 44 range, potentially the high 43s with this field right now. But we're still kind of getting a grasp of the ice and how quick it is. We've heard from the skaters it's quite grippy, which usually lends to them being able to make passes more easily.
Having to remind the kids in the audience that on the start it is time for silence. So it's Siegel, Tinnika Dendal, Kanai Rika, Phoebe Stens, and No Do-hee, another Korean White Tiger we haven't seen really much before, as she makes the move up into 4th place ahead of Stens.
Well, Ariana Siegel, the first Italian skater to touch the ice here in race in Milan. Doing a great job out front right now.
And it is Siegel, who is quite a good sprinter out in front. Interesting to see her in these preliminary rounds, but she is leading wire to wire at the bell. And in comes No, and that's not going to open it up, but it is still Siegel just hanging on, and it's 3 abreast. Who takes second?
I think No was there, but again, we had Dendalk also getting her leg out to shoot for the line.
No Kanai and Dendelk all reaching at the line. As we take a look back, maybe the replay will give us an idea who might have gotten the spot.
Well, there's No looking up the inside, but Kanai just really holding her position. Nowhere for No to go. And then Dendelk is looking as well, trying to jump up the inside of No. Even Seagal looked a little off balance coming out of that corner.
She wobbled off the turn, and No, her skate was almost right next to Kanai. So let's see the photo on this one. And there you have it. It is No and Kanai. Dendelk just short. A 44.344. That is the new faster of the fourth place time. And Seagal getting to soak in the moment. Heat number 3, Aurélie Levesque. The French Roosters, as you see the results of the previous heat. Malika Yermak, Lam Qingyan, Hedvig Hilda, and BB Arts, used in the relay last weekend, getting an individual distance today. Good start from Levesque, the woman from Grenoble. And Lamb right up behind her, already very strung out.
Well, Levesque doing a great job. Long corner exits, really shortening that straightaway. That helps carry the speed, but a nice inside move by Yermak.
Lamb battling back. Arts also taking a look. Levesque more than happy to see the skaters behind her battling out for the other position so long as her spot up front is safe. And Levesque still in front. It is Yermak behind her. It's going to be close for third, but it is Levesque, Yermak, and Lamb 1, 2, and 3. At about a 35, about a 44.5 for Lamb, and that would make it about just the slowest third place time we have so far.
There's that inside move by Yermak. Nice clean pass there. BB Arts was looking throughout that race. She was doing a good job trying to set up wide, looking for something on the outside, looking to hook inside, but just no openings were there.
Difficult start in position number 5 as well for her. Not able to quite close up. And there's the race winner.
So for the remaining heats, we're moving to 4 skaters rather than 5. It changes the dynamic a little bit if you're in the back and you're sitting 4th, because you know you don't have anyone trying to pass you out of that position, so you can take a little bit more time, be a little bit more aggressive on your setup, changing your track pattern to build speed because you're not having anyone behind you, and that gives you the advantage to try to strike for that finish. And that, you know, in this case, that third place may be enough to get you through.
Kurokawa, Dubrova, Hoyland, and Johansson. Not quite completely silent in here.
No, we got an energetic crowd here today. Great to see, though. Awesome turnout now.
Packed in. I think they're mostly high school age kids. We've seen the full range on these Friday morning sessions at the various stops on World Tour. Some have had elementary school kids. These look more high school, but it is Kurokawa Ki on the front. Uliana Dubrova right behind her.
Ollie Hoyland in third. She wants to keep pushing. She's got to keep that time advancement in mind here. Try to close that gap a little bit. Catch some draft to pull you up.
Kurokawa in front. Looks like she will take this one. Yes, she will. Just always wait. You get them around the last corner. We've seen skaters losing it out of the final corner, but she gets around safely. Takes that one. Dubrova second. Hoyland a 45.34. That one is maybe the time now on the bubble. as we look back. Pretty by the books race.
Yeah, certainly. I think everyone's start position on the line was their position within the race with no changes throughout, so certainly by the books there.
So of course, just to get into the heats, always plenty of skaters in the 500 meters.
And if you're wondering, the start positions are based off the skaters' ranking, so they are ranked on the line from fastest to slowest. So again, that's the benefit of having the higher rank, is that you get the better start position. And as we always say, it's so important for the 500. And again, here you see no changes following that ranking order throughout the race off the line.
That will be it for heat number 4. Heat number 5, Annabelle Green of the British Royals, Ksenia Adamenko of the Ukrainian Wildcats, Betty Muska of the German Wolves, and Tanuchaya Chataisong of the Thai Elephants. And if we're looking for quick skaters off the line using that position 1, it's Annabelle Green. We saw some great starts from her last weekend.
Yeah, Annabelle Green flies off the line, and as you said, Gavin, great results last weekend in Tilburg.
And Chataisong with a nice move all the way out of position 4, getting up into second. We don't often see these Thai skaters, but they are putting in some tidy races. But once again, Green flying out to the lead.
Well, Annabelle Green on her start, she just stays so low. She keeps her upper body position down. She transfers so much power to the ice. It gets out quick, makes a nice gap here, but Taisong defending that second position. Nice 2 crossovers in from her.
And 1 to go. The real race here for second. Adamenko, Muska have both taken shots at Chataisong, but she is hanging on wonderfully well for the Thai Elephant skater. But Annabelle Green on form once again. There is an incident that will be reviewed. It is potentially involving Ksenia Adamenko of the Ukrainian Wildcats as we look back. And it would be on Betty Muska. Chataisong was the lowest ranked skater in the field, 72nd in the world, but she jumped right up to second place off the start and then defensively held them off.
Yeah, she did a great job in the mid part of that race. She felt the pressure behind her. She entered wide, 2 crossovers in. That makes it very difficult for the following skaters to get any leverage on you to try to pass you, and then she was able to defend that second position.
So the review was cleared. Sorry, you were saying?
Oh, I was just going to say, I'd love to find out a little bit more about these Thai Elephants and where they're skating and where they're training. I'm quite impressed by their skating. Technically, tactically, she did a great job there. So
I do know that one of the Irish Wolfhounds, let me just see which one, has done a training camp in Thailand. And so it is interesting to see where they might do it. It'll be a great story there. Heat number 6. So the start list: Sophia Konya, Chloe Olivier, Leah Mead, Petra Vankova. Skating for position, also for time if you're getting one of those top 3 spots. It is Adamenko out of position 1. Olivier tucking up behind her. Vankova taking a look at third on Mead. The door is open. Oh. And they both go down, Vankova and Mead.
Mead's holding her back. There was some blades there. I hope everything's okay. Konya and Olivier still going in the front, just the 2 together. The mats have shifted off the track quite a ways. I'm
worried about where blade might have gotten there. Vankova did hold her hand up there. But it's Konya winning the race, Olivier second. And are they gonna have the skaters finish the remaining laps, or are they gonna pull it there? They are still going.
Yeah, they may call them a lap early or Leah Mead a lap early, but yeah, Leah Mead holding her back here. I think the skate was right in behind her back as they went into the mats. I don't know if it's necessarily the blade, but maybe the boot.
So they are looking at a possible lane change in this one, but you get to the front, you stay away from danger, and that is what Kanya and Olivier did. And Mead was able to finish the race. She's up skating relatively normally, not really grabbing her back anymore, so fingers crossed she's okay. And now they will get into that review, and it would be potentially on Mead. Looking at a possible review outside to in. And there's a look at the review room, our real first look of the day in there. Yeah, so the skates weren't really near Mead's back. Maybe there was something that happened when they hit the boards.
Well, you could see Vancouver was ahead with her shoulders entering that corner, so she had the right of way on that pass. Leah Mead doing what she could to defend.
And here we go. And there is the penalty. No advancement, as Vancouver was not in one of those top two positions, so her time of 1:19.308 looks odds on to be the one that does not qualify for the heats with one to go. So all those third place skaters are probably breathing quite normally now, and here is the incident.
Well, you can see how much Leah Mead shifted her track from the outside to the inside to try to close the door on Vancouver there.
One more heat to go. Yelizaveta Sidorko, Barbara Samogi, Takahashi Hana, and Hyojin Kim. Kim perhaps more of a 1,500 meter specialist, having made the World Tour event back in Beijing. Let's see her skate into this one, and it's the three off the front right now. Sidorko, Samogi, and Takahashi.
Samogi looking inside on Sidorko. Nice move there. Can she carry the speed out? She does.
And Kim now closing things up. That endurance coming into play now.
See if Kim can carry that speed wide. She's doing it.
And one to go. Samogi on the front. I don't think she's going to run out of room there. Or she is going to run out of room there. It is Samogi, Sidorko, and Takahashi. Event-free race.
Yeah.
Or drama-free race, really.
One nice little inside pass by Samogi on Sidorko there.
Nothing getting reviewed. No incidents needing a second look, just the one pass by Sidorko, or Samogi.
Here's another look at that inside pass, just tucking in, trying to take up little space. See, no crossovers on the inside, so I was wondering if she was able to carry that speed out, but she was able to defend her position on Sidorko here on the exit.
And that will be all she wrote for the women's 500 meter preliminaries, but fret not, they will be back later on. The women's 1,000 meter preliminaries coming up shortly. The men's 1,000 meter prelims coming to the ice. As you see the results, Takahashi Hana's time is enough. So the one third place time that didn't stand up is the Petra Vankova one that was influenced by the collision, as you see the list of qualifiers into the heats. Into the men, 500 meters. How many heats do they have? They have, count them up, 11 first place skater from each race, and up to 9 fastest second place skaters qualify for the heats. So odds are good that if you're second, you're getting through, but one spot out of the 500-meter heats.
That's a lot of heats here. One spot up for grabs also changes the dynamic a bit. It'll be interesting to see which skaters may be considering to push for that time. We saw that last weekend in Tilburg, a couple of rounds going quite quickly.
Heat number 1, Furkan Akar, Marcus Howard, Robin Bendig, Ward Petre, and Sui Shin.
Here's a quick start.
It is a car, and they do not make it around the corner. So that will mean they bring it all back.
So when you have so many time advancement spots available for those second place finishers, the skaters kind of know in the back of their mind, be prepared, expect some quick racing to happen. It could be yours. You have to make sure you're well warmed up. If this is your first time getting on the ice this weekend, you haven't raced yet, you got to get your body ready to react to that quick burst of speed so you can try to clear some lactic as soon as you can rather than kind of spiking in your body and hitting that wall. But here's a look at that contact in the first corner.
3 skaters coming together. Sui was knocked out down to the boards, and the repairs are underway. One thing I noticed, we always talk about the slush and everything. I noticed yesterday they sort of harvest the slush and water from the ice resurfacer as it goes off. They scooped it up into the buckets, and it was reused for practice yesterday.
Well, we talked about finding that perfect slush, that right mixture of snow and water that you can actually fill some of these holes quickly with and freeze them with the fire extinguisher. Got to get the right mixture.
So, of course, time also matters for seedings in later rounds, which really matters more than in the other events. In the 500 meters, of course, so short, you want that position 1.
Now it's interesting, we saw a quick start. I think the athletes kind of see everybody's strategy here. So, again, we'll probably see a couple of them pushing it off to start again.
Akar, really an elite 500-meter skater, off and away quickly.
Carr's not wasting any time here. He's actually really flying out at the start of this race. Setting a gap apart from everybody. 8-7 already, my goodness.
Absolutely flying away. Akar, his nation's first ever Winter Olympian in short track.
8-2. Oh, Bendig, is that Bendig there?
That is Bendig down at top speed into the boards.
8-4 now.
Akar well out in front. We did see him throw down a time, I remember as well, in Tilburg a week ago, a 40.82. Petre and Howard, second and third.
Oh, yeah, William, I think you had mentioned the 1,000 meters earlier. You had me throwing off. We're doing the...
Yeah, it's 500 for men's 1,000. Hey, you're the one who's confused today.
Yeah, you confused me. I'm looking at the start line, not putting the blocks, you know. And not connecting the dots here.
The 1,000 meters coming up for both men and women. But Akar, yeah, just making no mistake about that one.
Well, now we're getting a sense for how quickly these guys can go out here. So we saw an 8.2 second lap time. That's up there. You know, we see the likes of Stephen Dubois going probably around the 8.0 mark.
So, I don't think anything needed reviews. They have not made results. There was the incident with Bendig. And there is something being talked about anyway.
Oh,
aha. You'll know what I'm aha-ing in a moment. Not sure we actually will throw down to this. There you go. The penalty on Shui, he actually did not have his transponder on, which measured the time, and so that's that. He did not finish, obviously, in the top 2, but that's what they were looking at. Heat number 2, DNA Cellier, perhaps more in his preferred event, the 500 meters. Lujan Shuo, Dennis Ors, Chonachart Tapram, and Dietrich Varaklis.
Well, DNA had that uncharacteristic slip in 1500. He's got to get that out of his mind for this 500 race.
And it is Cellier using that position 1 to his advantage.
Well, we saw Ors last weekend throwing down some great 500 meters behind his teammates, struggled when he was leading, but he has speed. He's so good at drafting and following.
Exactly this kind of race. He's more than happy to just sit in and go to a fast time.
Lujan Shuo's got some work to do in third. It might be too much to cover.
It is Cellier, and here comes Ors making a move up the inside. Oh. Cellier, will he battle back? No, it's going to be Ors, then Cellier, and Dennis Ors, 2 weeks in a row. Impressive skating by that young man.
Yeah, Dennis Ors, like, again, when you watch him drafting, he's just so relaxed, even at these high speeds. So controlled, so calm. A lot of potential in that skater. And DNA here with the start. Here's that inside move by Ors. DNA Cellier stepping out wide. Looking to hook, but no room on the exit.
So looking at Cellier's time, 41.189. That was quicker than Ward Petre's time. And so if we're looking to keep 9 of 11 times, Cellier is the faster of the two right now. Heat number 3 coming up. Park Jang-hyuk of the Korean White Tigers. Enzo Prost, as you see the results there. Lucas Wareham, Raphael Murray, and Matthias Wolfgang. We'll see how Murray's legs are feeling after he went long distance in the 1500. Park out in front. One of these skaters who can just come in, the depth of that White Tigers program. They have a lot of skaters who can come in off the bench. He was a member of the short track silver medalist relay side on the men in Beijing in 2022.
Oh, nice move by Lucas Wareham. Can he defend the position? Prost looking back. Prost trying and challenging again. Wareham on the outside holding.
Wareham does hang on. It is Park going wire to wire ahead of Wareham and Prost. And Wolfgang just hanging on for 4th place. Look at Wareham's time of 41.69. And that would be faster than Heat 1 anyway.
One of the challenges when you're racing and you're being overtaken is, or while it's happening, thinking, okay, do I let this pass happen and I focus on setting up, trying to return, or do I try to defend? And it's a split decision you have to make. Do I defend, or do I kind of relinquish and set up to take this pass back? So Wareham there with a nice pass. Prost just kind of defending, kind of getting caught up. I think he might have had an opportunity if he kind of relinquished that and then just try to set up back. Lucas Wareham doing a terrific job fending him off.
Nothing got reviewed there, and so Wareham now watches. Heat number 4. Another one with 5 skaters. Confirmation there, Park and Wareham, 1 and 2. Heat number 4, Yoshinaga Kazuki. the Japanese ninjas, a 2018 Olympian, Radek Faikus, Rostislav Leontenko, Jonas Hammermuller, and Purapat Changmai of the Thai Elephants. Two great starts, Faikus and Hammermuller. Yoshinaga, a 2016 Youth Olympic silver medal in the 500 meters. And he makes the move for the lead.
Oh, Faikus.
And Yoshinaga down. Just off that pass. That's obviously going to be reviewed, but Hammermuller will take that. And Leontenko trying to close that gap, but it's still Hammermuller leading the way. And it will be Jonas Hammermuller taking the race. And we are going to see what comes of this review coming up.
Well, Yoshinaga made that inside pass on Faikus. Faikus, I think, was looking to try to return the favor on the exit, but he got caught back on his heels, spun out, and I think that might have even just clipped Yoshinaga, set him off balance with him going down as well. So we'll get another look here. That great start by Faikus on position number 2, getting to the lead. Here's a look. Yoshinaga on the inside. Faikus does a good job moving out wide. This is where I see him looking to return the favor, looking to go inside, gets back on his heels, spins out, and I think maybe, I didn't see any contact, I don't know, but yeah, maybe it was just a click of the heel of Yoshinaga. Let's see a look here. I think something caught his left leg, yeah. And it doesn't take much just to put you off when you're going at that speed with that much lean.
And so we have seen instances where skaters, there's no penalty, but there is someone who is the bystander of a collision and there is an advancement that way.
Yeah, if was your race impeded is what the officials are looking for, and if your race was impeded, then you can get that advancement.
And since he was in the lead, that is of course an advanced position.
And could be,
there you have it. There is a no time, so there's no penalty, but there is an advancement for Yoshinaga. I'm getting the hang of this thing.
You got it. Gavin, I'm just going to turn my mic off.
No. Don't. I can't fly too high just yet. Rostislav Leontenko did finish second of 42.837, so that does knock one of the second place options off the board. So 9 is now 8. Heat number 5, Peter Yashapati, Ben Jung, Yaroslav Morozov, Peter Murphy, and Kwok Fung. One thing I find interesting, just looking at Peter Murphy, there is something called the Benelux Cup. It's Belgium, Netherlands, and Luxembourg short track, and it's I guess it's a series of events, but it is cool to see sort of these events coming together, and hopefully, we know how great the Dutch Lions program is, and if it leads to more Luxembourg and Belgian skaters in the future, that'd be great. Oh, they could say it. There was a false start. I am not going to hazard a guess, but I do have my own thoughts. And right there.
Oh, yep. You see the arm movement. You got to be completely still on the line. This could be a very frustrating moment. Well, it might be Yashapati.
Yashapati, the seeded skater in this race. It would just pretty much throw it wide open, and there you have it. Unfortunate for him. Obviously, if this means he come back in a year's time and put together a heck of an Olympics, I'm sure he would take that, but for now it's unfortunate.
Well, we'll see a lot more from Peter Yashapati over the course of the weekend.
As well as his sister, the European champion in the 500 meters, had a very good weekend in Tilburg as well.
So what happens when you have a false start on the line? all the skaters shift over. So now whoever was second will move to first position.
So now it's Jung, Morozov, Murphy, and Kwok. And it is Jung, newly minted into position 1, taking full advantage. Morozov now closing the gap, though.
Jung stretching out a bit of a lead. Let's see Murphy in third here, looking for an inside opportunity. Not yet, stepping out wide.
And now is he making the move into second. Kwok also taking a look. A nice move for Murphy, but off and away. It is Jung of the German Wolves, looking like he will take the race victory and automatic advancement into the heats. Good race for him. And it is Murphy hanging on for second. That time is one of the slower ones we've had so far.
Well, Ben Jung, just a great technical skater. Really strong with his position, nice low upper body.
And you hear some whistles. There is an Azzurri kit out on the ice. And now the cheers. You see the flag. That is for Lorenzo Previtali. He will be in position number 2. Mircea Zaksabayev in position 1. Zdenek Sepal, Etienne Bastier, and Moon Won-jun will toe the line in heat number 6. Confirmed results. Save for an earlier race, we've had a high number of races getting through that first corner without a restart needed.
Pretty rare in the 500. Previtali in second, right behind Zaksabayev. You always get that added rush of the hometown crowd when you're racing in your home country. Oh!
Moon is down. It's Zaksabayev and Previtali now away.
Previtali looking to set up the inside, giving the fans what they want at home here.
And Previtali gets the young supporters going here, and he will take the victory ahead of Mircea Zaksabayev, and a nice wave for the home crowd.
Well skated, you see the smile, just that extra rush at home. I think consistently throughout the World Tour, we've seen the home team getting that boost from their home crowd, and we've usually seen them doing better in their home World Tour stops than they have on other ones. And you know, the Dutch Lions last weekend, they had a variety of different medalists. And again, it's just that energy you get at home. And let's keep an eye on the Gladiators this weekend, because I think they're gonna be getting that extra push, especially knowing that they want to be here 1 year from now.
There was the incident of Moon going down. I think it was on his own. But yeah, Previtali, the home crowd, it does give you those extra wings a little bit. And they're always one of those teams that's always seems to have a skater or two in the semis closing the B final. We'll see what happens if there's that extra lift from the home crowd. Previtali goes through as they show him on the screen. The kids are seeing what you're seeing, and so they see the blue and they know to make the noise. There you have it. And so heat number 7, Quentin Vercoq, Brendan Corey, Frederick Pedersen, Mohamed Bozdag, and Martin Prantel. Of course, you would have to look at Vercoq in this one. You can never count out a guy like Brendan Corey. Perhaps more of his element in the 1500, but never ever afraid to mix it up in this distance. But Vercoq surging away early.
Well, Vercoq got away clean off the start. That's allowed him to open a little bit of a gap. There was kind of some jostling for position in that first corner. That slows down the speed and the acceleration of the skaters. Let's keep an eye on Bosdex as he's tracking down Corey. But Corey's a great defensive skater as well. As we move to 1 lap to go.
Oof, Peterson into the bend towards at very high speed.
Oh,
Bosdag also down, I think also on his own. But it is Vercoq taking it. Corey will shoot up with a time of 41.81. That I think was one of the quicker times we've seen. That'll get updated as well. But 2 incidents, and we've seen a few on that corner now.
And watching those incidents, it hasn't anything that struck me as it seems ice related again. I wonder if I've heard the ice is grippy, if it's just gripping a lot and really turning the skaters and they're not getting their hips in all the way, so their hips are getting spun out. Just interesting to see. We'll watch for a replay of that. Here's Vercoq just skating away with it.
Just a professional performance by that man. And yeah, when you in Beijing, Catherine Reuter-Adamek and I like to joke about you can't beat physics, and you know, you get those hips out and they're spinning like a top into the boards.
Absolutely.
So yeah, nothing getting reviewed there. 2 self-involved incidents. 41.796 for Brendan Corey. So that is one of the faster times we've seen. There you go. There's the results. Heat number 8, certainly one to watch, namely Liu Shaolin out of position 1. Kyle Ross-Waddell next to him, Tobias Wolf, Liam O'Brien, and Timofey Kokelko as Liu makes his return to the World Tour after being away with his Chinese compatriots at the Asian Winter Games. And it's a good start out of position 2 for Kyle Ross-Waddell.
Yeah, he just exploded off that start line.
Now there's work to do for Liu.
Yeah. Let's watch Liu to close this gap and try to immediately set up a pass.
Here he comes, Ross-Waddell holding him off for now. Just 2 laps to go. Now Liu makes his move.
Tobias Wolf in 3rd, looking to see if he can find a way through to 2nd.
It is Liu Shaolin, and he is. Wolf is going to take it for 2nd place. Ross-Waddell just got a little out wide coming out, but Liu Shaolin made to work a little bit, but responds well.
When you're defending in that last corner, you're always trying to determine, do I feel like he's trying to take me on the inside or the outside? And you kind of got to commit to one or the other. Kyle Ross-Waddell just going a little bit too wide, opening the inside door for Tobias Wolf, who really carried his speed well to that last turn, being patient. We'll see if this is the look at Liu Shaolin's nice inside pass right here.
Just eases into the lead, never looking panicked at all.
No, not at all. Yeah, he knew he had it all along when he wanted to strike.
Last weekend it was a different, I wouldn't say younger, because they had some older skaters as well too on that Chinese lung side. It was their B team, I guess you could call it, but they performed admirably, just showing that depth of that Chinese program as well. Liu is through to the heats. A couple more still to come, 3 to go. These ones, next heat has 4 skaters entered into it. Interesting, heat number 10 has 5, and then back to 4 for heat number 11. Heat number 4, Łukasz Kuczynski, Sean McAnuff, Mika Klevstuen, and Mark Chismadia. See what kind of boost making the World Tour program is done for Sean McAnuff. He and Kuczynski. Hey, there he's got some supporters there. But Kuczynski and McAnuff very closely ranked.
Clive Stewart looking up the inside of Sean McAnuff right off the first turn. McAnuff taking him back, jumping up the inside. Does Clive Stewart try to go back again? Nope.
He's taking a look, not going to do it. Kuczynski says, you guys duke it out. I'm going to go off into the distance here. McAnuff has 2 on his back.
Clive Stewart and Chimsmati battling it out in third now.
It is still Łukasz Kuczynski. Now the gap is closing as Sean McAnuff going to take a look. Clive Stewart all over, late move. And he goes down, but McAnuff will get up for second. See how that time does. Clive Stewart, he tried.
He tried, yeah, I like the move. He knew he had to get into second. That's what it's gonna take to go through. It was a nice little pass, just a little tight. Little contact is what put him down. Here's another look. Clive Stewart right, that wide. I love that wide entry on that first turn so he can kind of cut in on Sean McAnuff, who's carrying it wide. Clive Stewart's able to get 4 strides down the straightaway.
Clive Stewart, who was doing long track a week ago in Italy. And this might be the late move attempt here.
Just jumping in, not able to hold it. Sean McAnuff able to stay on his feet.
And yeah, the possible late pass is what was being reviewed. That has been cleared. McAnuff, how close was he to be getting caught up in that? Kudos to him. And so a 42.525 is his time. It's gonna be one of those close ones. I'm not sure, especially since we do have 1 advancement. Anyway, he watches and waits now with 2 heats still to go. Abzal Ajgaliev, Nico Anderman, Koike Katsunori, Wesley Yates, and Eric Anderson. Nice to see some of these programs sending bigger numbers and maybe getting some relay teams in. I'm looking at the likes of Norway and the French, getting not just mixed relay teams in, but a single gendered events. Anyway, off the front, it's Ajgaliev off and away. Koike right behind him.
Well, let's watch Koike here. Looks like he's setting up wide on Ajgaliev.
Right up behind him. Is he making the move now? Not just yet.
Ajgaliev's
very
carrying his
patient.
speed. Yeah.
Now up the inside. The door's not open. And Ajgaliev hangs on. 41.33, 41.46 approximately the second place time.
Well, Koike doing the right thing there, not making a desperate pass for first because that second time position looks like it'll be enough for him. I think he could feel it was a quick race.
Koike, one of the, unlike some of the other nations, Japan sort of sent a mixed team. They had some of their senior skaters in Tilburg, others were at the Asian Winter Games. Koike was in Tilburg, I believe, last weekend. Ajgaliev, part of the gold medal Asian Winter Games side from Kazakhstan, the Nomads, sending their top guys back in this weekend. Is heat number 10, and nothing getting a second look, so Ajgaliev and Koike. Koike watching now. 1 heat still to come. Rainis Berzins, Niall Tracy, Ivan Martinic, and Tariq Omaragic. 4 skaters on the line for this one. Berzins already through in the 1500 today, and Tracy, really the team leader of the British Royals side, already battling it out for the lead.
Well, terrific start from Tracy on the outside, keeping with it, powering around. Rainis Berzins going right back to the lead though. Nice inside pass.
These two battling it out. It's Berzins in front. Tracy maybe sizing up a move now.
Martinic tracking them down with 1 to go.
Berzins fending off Tracy once. Tracy not going to risk it a second time, see if the time holds up. Berzins wins it. Tracy in the high 41s, also maybe enough.
Time should be good enough, I believe.
I believe so. We're looking at with 9 skaters qualifying, down to 8 after 1 advancement. I think all the ones in the 41 range might be good enough. So yeah. I'm looking at the likes of Sean McAnuff, Tobias Wolf over 42 seconds as possibly living dangerously. And there you have it. So yeah, Tobias Wolf does qualify, Sean McAnuff does not. But Berzins and Tracy do go through. And that sets us up for a flood here in Milan, or in Assago, in the Lombardia region of Italy. Just wait to see all the confirmed qualifiers. Shorten up the ice resurfacing breaks here, so what's usually 10-15 minutes, or 15 minutes, is now reduced largely to 10. So there you see Berzins, and Tracy gets the little Q next to his name, advancing on time. And you will see all of the qualifiers. The ice resurfacer is out. Women's 1,000-meter prelims coming up after the break. That's in about 9 minutes, so just enough time to get what you need and settle back in, and we'll rejoin for the next block of races here in Milan. Racing lights are on. Just moments away from the women's 1,000-meter preliminaries. There are 7 heats in all, top 2, and up to 6 fastest third-place skaters qualify for the heats. You see the start list for heat number 1. Dita van Oorschot of the Dutch Lions, Katarina Buric of the Croatian Dalmatians, Alina Ajgalieva of the Kazakh Nomads, Thea Johansson of Sweden, and Betty Miska of the German Wolves. The students in here. Enjoying any time they get seen on the big screen. It's universal anywhere around the world. You see yourself on the big screen, you gotta get excited and wave. Is Buric, van Oorschot, getting plenty of experience skating relays, individual races as well. And it is van Oorschot leading off the gun in the 1,000 meters. Ajgalieva hitting the front. Really waiting for this one. This one obviously picks up speed quite a bit quicker than the 1,500 meters, but it's the Ajgalieva, well, just 19 years old from Oral in Kazakhstan.
Dita van Oorschot defending from second right now. Generally, she likes to be in the lead of the race, taking a glance up the inside of Ajgalieva.
Buric still maybe sizing up the move, wondering what might be in the legs to venture forward. Will van Oorschot try to take a look up Ajgalieva? Buric is right there.
Oorschot looks like she's setting up now, a little bit wide on that entry, hooking tight on the inside. Nice mover up the inside pass there.
Makes it stick at the bell. Now it is Dita van Oorschot in control. And Buric, is she gonna take a try at second? But it's van Oorschot, it is Ajgalieva, and it is Buric. 135.
Well, Dita van Oorschot, we often see her earlier in the race getting to the front. I think she's showing a little bit more patience, taking her time, defending a little bit from second, waiting for her moment to strike, not doing too much work too early in the day with a lot of racing ahead.
Soaking up that draft for as long as possible before deciding it was time to make the move. So we'll see how
another look at that inside pass
holds up.
It's always that fine balance throughout a long weekend as managing that energy expenditure, doing just enough to make sure you get through, not overworking unnecessarily. You got to conserve your energy.
We expect she will be in relay action as well, so plenty of exertions still to come. So Buric, a 135.497. That will be the one to watch right now. Reminder, 7 heats in all, up to 6 fastest third place. So I like her odds, but of course once advancements get thrown into the picture, and of course every race is different, they might just start going for it. Let's see the next heat. Nakashi Mamide, Svetlana Rapetska, Annabelle Green, Medina Zenbusinova, and Tanucha Chataison.
Well, we were impressed by Chataison's quick start in the 500 meter. Now we're going to test her speed endurance here in the 1,000 meter. She had some great tactics earlier today. Bit of a longer race.
Getting right move up into third place right now. It is Repetska, Nakashima. Here comes Zanbusanova as well. And then of course you have the pure speed of Annabelle Green as well. And it's Green making the move to third.
Well, Repetska is pushing the pace a little bit quicker in this one. You can see as the skaters are getting their hand on the ice, using that right arm on the exit, trying to build speed. Nakashima, nice inside pass. She's going to accelerate on the exit. Annabelle Green jumping up the inside.
Good move from Green. Now Nakashima has a chance to just pull away that little bit. Green is closing it up for second. It's really those top two. There's a battle for third. Chitaisong and Repetska going at it.
There's going to be a review on that pass by Chitaisong.
And it is Nakashima. Will Green attempt to move?
Well, Nakashima did a look over his shoulder, saw there was just the two of them together, and kind of just shut it down in that last lap, knowing that they're safe.
1:34.01. That incident will get a look. But Annabelle Green took a win in the 500 meters not too long ago, right up there in the 1,000 as well. And it would be on Chitaisong investigation, potentially failure to give way. Let's see, a 1:34.01 for Green.
So no replay there of the pass made by Chitaisong, so we'll wait to see if we get a replay if there's a decision being made.
Well, we do know Nakashima won the heat, Annabelle Green second, so they should be confident in their own finishes. This is the incident right here.
Well, I kind of see Repetska moving over a little bit to block, but Chitaisong then still going for that late entry pass. We'll wait to see how the officials read that, but there's Repetska shifting over. You can see the hips coming across that red line on the straightaway. Not giving any room on the entry, but Chitaisong still going up the inside.
She did tuck back in outside the red line just in time to make the corner though, and that's where Repetska went out wide. Down to the ice. And so the old shared responsibility, they look at both of them in that case, so nobody penalized. The results stay as is. So yeah, as you were pointing out, both sort of one going in, one going out.
Yeah, exactly. Repetska really did shift her track over outside to in. And then Chitaisong being that late entry, tight on the pass, pushing Repetska out. Here's another look here. So Chitaisong moving inside. Repetska seeing that, adjusting her track over outside to in, and then Chitaisong, that late entry, pushing Repetska back out.
And heat number 3, Natalia Malashevska, Sarah Luka Beksky, Kudokawa Ki, Phoebe Stenz, and Yang Jingru. Malashevska, the one-time winner of the World Cup standings in the 500 meters. Yang in front for the Lungs right now. Kurokawa in third. And Beksky with the recognizable sloth helmet in fourth right now. And then the one-time Olympic bronze medalist In ice hockey, Phoebe Stenz up into fourth. Kurokawa goes in on backsky, decides to back out. Just wait for the likes of Malashevska to really up the speed.
Kurokawa setting up on the outside this time. Malashevska responding.
And now Malashevska up the inside. And backsky tries to follow, and she makes it stick as well. So good couple of moves to reshift the order. Yang looking to see if there's a chance to fight back. Kurokawa maybe losing a bit of it. Jang up into second. Backsky able to battle back. It's back and forth we go, and in the end, Malashevska, backsky, I think just staying ahead of Yang Jingru.
Well, fun race there, lots of back and forth, lots of battling it out, trying to get that second position. Malashevska did a great job responding to the earlier outside move, taking the lead of this race and bringing it home to the end.
Malashevska out of Białystok. Tidy win for her. And Yang's time a 1:33.180. It's one of the quicker ones we have seen. Of course, there have only been 3. But some good moves by backsky as well to get up there for second in the second automatic qualifying spot. Those results are official. Now we'll jump into heat number 4. Zofia Konya, the Hungarian Falcons. Tineke Dendulk, the Belgian Ice Bears. Lam Ching-yan of the Hong Kong Ice Chilins. Hedvig Hilda of the Norwegian Vikings. And No Do-hee of the Korean White Tigers. We've seen plenty of fans from different countries here. We've seen some Belgian flags, some Canadian flags, some British fans. We did see a couple for Sean McEnna for the Irish Wolfhounds. I think the same Polish fans who were in Tilburg a week ago made the trip down here. A week ago, remember Tineke Dendulk was in a race, made a nice move to get to the lead, was in an advancement spot, took herself out. I'm sure she will be out for a little bit of retribution this weekend. It is No at the front for now. Konya all over the rear view mirrors. Still No Do-hee on the front as they tick closer to 40 kilometers an hour.
Konya looking to set up here. Tineke Dendulk looking to capitalize with an inside move. Konya's got to shift wide, try to return the favor, building outside.
Now Konya trying to go all the way from third to first. She gets to second, not quite to the lead. It is No defending, and Konya has had to drop a lot of speed. Now they're really strung out. This might be as things finish, unless there's a late surge. I don't think she's going to do it. No Do-hee. Solid win defending that lead. good win for No, holding off. Two skaters really pressing, but Zofia Konya also through automatically, and Tinika Dendalka 1:38.25. We will see how that time holds up. But a good return to action for that woman right there. 3 heats still to come. They all have 4 skaters per heat. There is the results from the previous heat, but heat number 5 has Gabriela Topolska of the Polish Hussars, Louisiana Stahl of the USA Eagles, Kim Hyo-jin of the Australian Racing Roos, and Aurélie Levesque from the French Roosters. With 4 skaters on the ice in 1,000, just a lot of more room to be patient and size up a move, I would imagine, Tyler.
Yeah, it's also, I'm not seeing it in this one, but maybe a bit better of an opportunity to go for the time advancement position. Fewer skaters that you're going to be pulling along behind you. If you feel like there's a weaker skater in the field you can separate yourself from, this wouldn't be a bad opportunity to push for time.
It is Stahl on the front. A youngster on the women's side of this U.S. program, Levesque, who's already had a advancement in the 500 meters, now scything her way through the field, third to second now, just behind Stahl, and never cannot pay attention to Topolska as well. Now she's maybe sizing up a move.
Levesque moving up again.
Inside move, Levesque with the lead.
Topolska looking to follow.
What avenues are there for Louisiana Stahl to fight back? Now she has Kim breathing down her neck. Stumble from Stahl, and she's down. Kim was there, but I think she might have been on her own.
Yeah, I think she was kind of shifting over, caught her left toe, took her down the ice. And here we have Levesque bring it to the finish.
It is Aurélie Levesque picking up the win for the French Roosters. Gabriela Topolska of the Polish Hussars in second, and Kim Hyo-jin in third, a 1:34.71. Unfortunate for Stahl, who led for so long. Take a look, see where the incident came. This was the move. Kim was there, and yeah, Stahl just really on
Stahl,
her own.
she stepped over quite a bit with her left foot. I think she just found herself kind of caught in the middle, off balance, and going down on her own on that one.
Particularly though, as a young skater, the lessons learned get stored in the memory banks for future races.
I think you feel the inside pass happening. You just naturally respond, you react to it. Trying to shift over, do a little bit of a defense, just a step a little bit too far outside of her center of mass. Losing control.
There you have it. Hyo-jin Kim now will watch. 1:34.70 for the Australian Racing Roo. 2 heats to go. This one has Lisa Eckstein, Gwendolyn Daudet, Leah Mead, and Yeli Zaveta Sidorko. Daudet was an omission from the French roster last weekend, back here this weekend.
Well, we saw Leah Mead have an unfortunate fall earlier, was holding her back. It looks like she is a DNS in this race.
She was the only ice Kia here this weekend, so that is unfortunate.
So when this goes from 3, from rather than 5, you're gonna have 4, now you're down to 3. This is where you're kind of thinking, okay, we work together, we all go through. I'm sure they're not talking about that, but they all have that in mind. They know, look, we can all advance if we just keep the time steady.
Share the responsibility of leading at the front until the moment comes when maybe they drop the third skater to fend for time, but it's Sidorko on the front right now.
Well, 10-1 first lap, 10-1 again. This is certainly one of the quicker starts we've seen in the 1,000 meters.
So it's détente for the moment. they push it early, and then the time will come for the race to be on for the top 2 positions, leaving the 3rd place skater to cross their fingers and hope the time holds up.
So let's watch Daudet, double inside pass, Eckstein on the outside. Those 2 skaters jumping in front of Sidorko really quickly. Sidorko's going to want to close that down, get back into the draft.
Daudet and Sidorko saying, thanks for pulling. No hard feelings, but we're going to try to push it off now. But Sidorko doing well to get right back in the draft there.
Eckstein sizing up the outside.
And 1 to go. It's Lisa Eckstein now, stretching things out. Daudet perhaps sensing that she would be through with 2nd place. It'll be Lisa Eckstein taking the race. Daudet 2nd, Sidorko 3rd with a 1:44.88. So in the end, it's comparable to a lot of the heats we've had.
Yeah, they didn't have that kind of the jump and speed at the finish that we've seen from some of the other races.
So 3 skaters in the end taking to the line. And 1 to go, but a good win for Lisa Eckstein, getting to the front and really pushing to stretch things out and leave no doubt.
Sometimes those wins are also just a bit of a confidence boost for you going into the weekend.
1 more to go, and then we'll know who is through. There's the result. Unfortunate for Leah Mead. Hope the back is holding up and we can see her again. Eckstein, Daudet, and now Sidorko watches. 1 heat to go. Chloe Olivier of the Roosters, Petra Vankova of the Czech Ice Spiders, Miroslava Selyukova of the Wildcats, and Holly Hoyland of the Royals. And it is out of position 1. Olivier jumping to the front and not really forcing it, and that's allowed Selyukova to get to the front.
Well, it looked like Chloe Olivier off the start there was maybe going to go for the time, but she kind of shut it down on the exit. Then we had Selyukova move right to the lead to keep this pace going. Mid-10s right now. Going to have a bit of a stronger finish.
Selyukova in front, Olivier right behind her, and then Hoyland and Vankova. Vankova making the move for 3rd. She was in that collision with Mead earlier, and Olivier now jumps back to the front. It's been a good morning for the French Roosters so far, seeing a number of their skaters qualifying. And now Vankova to 2nd.
Pace has really dropped now into the 9.6 range. This is going to help be for a faster time.
Still Olivier in front, the bell rings.
Selyukova is going to want to keep pushing here.
And these skaters will go top 2, and it's going to be all eyes on Selyukova to see if that time holds up, a 1:34.67.
That's going to be close amongst the other qualifying times. We'll have to wait for the official here.
A lot have been in that 1:34 range. And so it is enough for Selyukova to go through. 1:34.649 behind Chloe Olivier and Petra Vankova. So we will see those skaters in the heats. There you have it. 7,000-meter heats are in the books. Start start to see the big guns enter the fray in the heats. And now we have the men's 1,000 meters. You see the list of all the qualifiers. Just looking at heat number 1 for the men's 1,000 meter preliminary. And so you see Yang, Selyakova, Kim, Sidorko, Budic, and Chatai-san getting the qualifiers on time. So in the men's 1,000 meter preliminaries, 11 heats, top skater, and up to 9 fastest second place skaters advancing. And it is Hayashi Kosei out in front. Ward Petre also here, Mohamed Bozdag, Chalanchart Tapram, and Raphael Moret.
Well, we're already out quick here, 9-3 from Hayashi. He's got Bastier, who had a terrific weekend in Tilburg. Looking to keep that performance going.
Actually, apologies, I'm looking at an outdated start list. But it is Hayashi out in front.
9-0.
Exciting skater to watch.
Well, he's just such an incredibly low skater.
Just leading this one from the front. Bastier not trying anything just yet. Robin Bendig also there.
You can see Hayashi Kosei still has 2 arms on his back as he's going through these 8-9s now. Bastier struggling a little bit to stay on.
Looks like he's cruising out for a nice Friday skate as Hayashi. But that has just shorn everybody else off his back.
Well, Hayashi Kosei is taking no chances on this one.
And looks like Bastier will go wire to wire in second, but a good win. Hayashi Kosei never in trouble, really.
Well, that's a quick time. I think that time will stand up for Bastier. But now that's kind of set the tone for the races to come. You know, the other heats now are looking okay. Like, if we're gonna go, we gotta go right away. We can't waste any time if you're thinking about that time qualification position.
And continuing his fine form is that young man. Nothing really getting reviewed there, just Hayashi skating everybody off his tail. In the end, he made it look comfortable, didn't he?
He did make it look quite easy to do a 125.5. I can tell you it is not. And you saw the rest of the field showing that, right? As they're kind of dropping off throughout, just holding on as long as they can.
Fast 125. There's the next heat. Brendan Corey, Mohamed Bozdag, Mercedes Zaksabayev, Chalanchart Tapram, and Kwok Fung taking to the line. Corey already through today in the 500. The green really standing out on the ice. You can always tell when a racing roue is out there. It's just such a very vibrant green. Usually in a sea of, it's a lot of darker colors, reds and blacks and blues, but that bright green, you know who's on the ice. To the lead. He put in a defensive effort last time. I think, wasn't it against Mohamed Bozdag in that heat too?
I think so.
Bozdag going back to the drawing board after the 500. What do you have to do to get around this guy?
Well, a 9-5 start. That's very respectable from Brendan Corey, keeping the pace going a little bit. But I presume he doesn't want to do all the work.
Zaksabayev up into second now. Quick look over the shoulder.
Down to 9-2s now. Bozdag now making a move. Can't get by. Zaksabayev holds him off in second position. Brendan Corey continuing to progress the speed down to 9-1s.
They are in inside, 3 to go. Still Corey, the battle for second behind him. I'm sure he's more than happy to have that play out behind him as he keeps a little bit of advantage. Taprong now enters the conversation up behind Bozdag.
And Bozdag keeps looking for an opportunity, but he's just not able to make it happen at this speed. 9-0. Corey holding on here.
Making one last try perhaps, but it's Brendan Corey. Another good effort for him, picking up the victory ahead of Zaksabayev and Bozdag.
Brendan Corey gives the thumbs up to his coach in the box. We're setting some quick times here, so we'll see how everyone else is responding. It does change the dynamic. If you really feel like you're the strongest skater in the race, you kind of have, what's your approach going to be? Do I want to take that lead position, not play around, but I know I'm going to have to do work out front because those other skaters in kind of position 2 or 3 that they feel in the race are going to want to push that pace. So you can either let them go push that pace and you hang on, but you got to make that last minute pass, which is increasingly difficult as the race gets longer and your legs get more tired, or do you just go right to the front and try to control it?
You do feel for Bozdag. He's encountered a couple guys who have skated very well defensively in back-to-back races. Just no openings for him to try to get through. And a 126.504 now on the clock. Heat number 3 coming out. See Adam Hill Jr. of the British Royals is out. Peter Murphy, Furkan Akar, Ward Petre, and Lee Jung-soo back for more. The early races of the season, early World Tour stops. Lee was really just on relay duty a little bit, but not a bad option to have in your, to have that veteran presence in the relays. Murphy, who just missed out qualifying in the 500. See how he fares in the 1,000, but it's Adam Hill Jr. of the British Royals at the front. One of their newcomers on this European swing. Got my clients mixed up there. Where are we?
Milan, Italy, test event for Milano Cortina.
Oh yeah.
Oh!
There's a bit of a bump.
Petre.
That opened the door for Lee. A car also there. Just waiting for a car to, just watching a car, knowing his speed, waiting to see if he makes that shift.
Well, Lee Jung-soo skating defensively in the lead, not pushing the pace. If you're paying attention to lap times, we are getting a little bit quicker, down to the 9.3s, but not quite the opening laps that we saw from the previous heats. Watching Lee Jung-soo, he's just looking around, ever vigilant, accelerating out of the turns, defending his lead position.
Now a car sizing up a move, dash up the inside, and that will be reviewed.
Shoulder checking Lee Jung-soo out to the back.
So that's a pair of reviews. First was Ward Petre and Adam Hill, but it is Furkan Akar who will cross the line first, Petre in second, and I believe both of those guys are getting incidents reviewed. So we will see if those results stay the same. As we look back to incidents that are getting reviewed. Here's number 1, Petre on Hill.
It's looking like a late pass, failure to give way. Then here's the pass on Lee Jung-soo by a car, just trying to squeeze in there. Again, a little bit of a late entry pass.
Is how they finished, yeah, and so their failure to give way is what is being reviewed. Possible failure to give way, I'll always say, until a decision is made.
And that would most likely lead to an advancement for Lee Jung-soo, as he was in the lead position, which is a guaranteed qualifying position.
Well, at the time too, Adam Hill was also leading the race when he was getting bumped. So Petray was also there too. So we leave it down to those fine folks in the review room and on the ice. So we sort of found, so either the review room, the people on the ice, they're always in control and they'll say, we're reviewing that. But also, if the people in the review room see something, they can also say, I'd like to take a look at this as well, if the on-ice officials didn't see it. So,
yeah, well, it's important to understand that the individuals in the video review room who we're seeing right now are also officials. They're not just video technicians. They are officials who are able to flag incidents for the referees on the ice. Here's Petray, failure to give way under that corner.
That was incident number 1 getting reviewed. And
you do see Lee Jung-soo, you know, defending his track position. A little bit of a shift on the straightaway.
Pretty aggressively.
There is a natural, as you push off your right foot to your left, there is a natural right to left movement down the straightaway.
This is sort of our
So that's when the officials kind of have to use their judgment.
And they could say, both of you. Always a shared responsibility is always in the back pocket as well.
Yeah.
So that's our first, maybe more extended review of the day. It looks like decisions have been made. So they are heading over to punch in their rulings.
And as you said, Gavin, that's, again, that shared responsibility, looking at the skaters, looking how they're shifting their track. Is it a failure to give way? Is it a possible lane change outside to end? Are both skaters guilty in this instant? We want them to race. We want them to pass. But another look there on Petray.
So as it stood, who crossed the line first? Now we go down to the review. And so it's a penalty for Lee Jung-soo in the end. Furkan Akar qualifies. Ward Petray's time is in second right now. So we will get a review. So it's they say it's a lane change outside to in. They were reviewing both skaters in the instance. Here it is. So that, notice he goes.
There's that big shift over, and then it's a kind of that extra movement at the end to stay really tight intentionally on him to block that pass by a car.
So they were both being reviewed. Possible failure to give way on a car or the outside to in lane change, and that was the ruling. It went outside to in, you see quite noticeably there. Heat number 4, Berzins, Yashapati, Makhanoff, Wolfgang, and Shui. There's Berzins off to the early lead, a man who has international medals. Nothing yet this year. It's Roberts Krusbergs who has all the hardware for the Latvian Golden Stars, but Berzins has climbed onto the podium in the old World Cup last season. Yashapati, who false started in the 500. Made no such miscue this time and is right in the mix here, and Makhanoff just short of qualifying in the 500 meters. Born in Oakville, Ontario, living in Budapest now.
Pace is starting to pick up. Sean Shui picking his way through the field into third.
It is Shui able to inject that little bit of pace to make the move ahead of Makhanoff.
Granny's Berzins pushing the pace, going sub-9s now.
And it's getting stretched out a little bit. Little gaps opening up. Here comes Shui again, eyeing up second. 1 to go. It is Berzins. And down goes Shui.
Sean Shui just catching his left foot on the block as he's looking for that inside pass on the exit, and that leaves it to Berzins and Yachapati to go 1-2 in this race.
McAnuff there in third with 128.02, and Shui cast a glance to the heavens when he went down there, and we'll get another look at it. This was the move to get into third.
Here's that setup, left foot coming through, catches that block on the exit. And that block kind of just landed right underneath his leg.
And he was looking around to see where it was. What hit me? There,
he's just trying to hook so tight, right? But Peter Yachapati was defending that inside lane, so that's forcing Sean Shui to try to hook even tighter and get closer to the blocks. And that's all it can take just to set you off.
Unfortunate for the young American. But Berzins very comfortable going start to finish in that one, taking heat number 4. 5th heat now. Yachapati will now watch with a 127.362. Theo Collins, Tobias Wolf, Enzo Prost, Linus Risnes, and Mark Chismadia. Collins, 21 years old, out of Guildford, now living and training in Nottingham, where the British team has their base. It is Enzo Prost and the young Norwegian Linus Risnes taking to the front now.
A little bit of contact there with Wolf and Collins in third and fourth.
And Tobias Wolf gets up into third.
Risnes looking up the inside, Prost giving up the defense.
And a nice move by Risnes. Will be reviewed, but he does take the lead. Wolf follows up into second. The man from Feldbach, now living in the eastern part of Austria. But now he makes the move for the lead. Risnes trying to keep that speed, but Collins gets around now into second. And so good for so long. Unfortunate now for Linus Risnes. Just the legs are done, they're cooked, but Tobias Wolf leading.
Here's Collins on the outside. Can he carry it through the line? Oh, he goes back.
He loses it, but Wolf gets the win. The 2020 Youth Winter Olympian, who's also done long track, Tobias Wolf. Looking like he took that one.
Well, we'll wait for another review of the finish here. Theo Collins is doing a great job carrying his speed. There was the contact between Wolf and Collins on that entry. Here's the Risnes pass. Prost trying to hold him off.
You see the hand, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What's going on? You have the presence of mind to do that around a corner at that high speed.
Here's Theo Collins there going outside, trying to carry that speed. Got that shoulder, just shoulder to shoulder with him, but loses it on that left. I think he might have booted out there. He was just leaning so heavily.
So we're always kind of looking for which corner might be the one that's causing skaters grief, but we've seen several, and the straightaways.
Yeah.
And Tobias Wolf, all smiles, picking up a win in preliminary heat number 5. Chismadia second, 130.841. Prost, Risnes, and Collins rounding out the field. Heat number 6, Shinky Connect. A good look at the great Dutch veteran there. Position number 1, Nico Anderman, Ben Jung, Sung Ming Kwan, and Eric Anderson.
So that 1:30 time certainly on the chopping block of being one of the slower advancement times so far.
Of course, you would have to be odds on looking at the veteran savvy of Shinky Connect.
Ben Jung up the inside of the lead.
Little tap there from Connect saying, I'm here. Just a heads up. Jung from a family of short trackers. His sister has also competed for Germany last season. We're saying 9+ second lap time with 5 to go. Tyler.
Yeah, we're watching the times in mid-9s. It's been a little bit slower of a race, but it's not slow by any means. I think it's going to be,
It's a spill.
We lose Anderman there going down. Shinky Connect still controlling from the front.
Again, I think that one might have been self-inflicted. But Jung put up a solid result in the 500 earlier today. Sitting right behind Shinky Connect. Watch out for Kwang Sung Min of the USA Eagles as well.
Oh, nice outside pass by Kwon there to move into second position. He's going to want to keep pushing for that time.
And it is Connect. And Kwon going second, a 1:27.05.
I think that's our third fast qualifying time thus far. We had a 1:25, a 1:26. We had a mid 1:27, so Kwon could be safe with that one. We haven't seen a lot of Kwon throughout the World
Not so
Tour.
much. I think he did one event in Tilburg as well. Might have just been in the 1,000 as well. You know, one of those faces that we see bit by bit. But that USA program also building some depth. And we'll see. It's a lot of young skaters too, and of course they grow by leaps and bounds. And once we roll into the offseason, it'll be interesting to see in the new year, in the new season, just how much of a progress, how much of a leap forward they've made. Connect wins. Kwon with a 1:27.044 out of heat number 6. And that is out of 11. So we got a bit of a ways to go. Number 7, you see the start list. Ivchenko, Wareham, Ficus, Omoragic, and Prantl. Those are kids.
Fans looking for some autographs.
Looking for some autographs. Tyler, you're heading down, I believe. You'll have to answer such questions as, who are you and what are you doing here? Now they are out on the ice. Omoragic, the lone skater for Bosnia-Herzegovina. Looking up Martin Prantl, the newcomer for the Croatian Dalmatians. In June, he turns 18. So it's a 17-year-old skater newcomer for the Croatian Dalmatians. He's skated at World Junior Championships. And this weekend, making his debut on the World Tour. No pressure, 17, the future Olympic ice. Against some of the best in the world, you know, 17-year-old stuff.
Well, you're just coming in here with the mindset that this is just all experience. This is a learning opportunity. You want to relieve that stress or pressure from you. You got nothing to prove, right? It's, you got everything to gain. So you go out here, just do whatever you can, try to mix it up, learn what it's like to be on the World Tour, and then planning ahead, looking down the line for 1 year from now, just saying, hey, I'm just getting that experience and I can come back.
And we might see not only next year, but 2030 as well.
Did you say 17? Was that it?
17.
My goodness.
If you are looking to get him a present, he turns 18 on June 28th.
But short track is, you know, relative to long track, for example, a little bit more of a youth sport. Long trackers, we see skaters getting upwards in their mid to late 30s. Short track, it's a lot more of that youthfulness. We do have the likes of Charlene Lan, who was up into 36, Olympic champion in the relay, but typically a little bit of that younger sport.
We have a lot of 21, 22, 23-year-olds. All right, we hear the whistle. Looks like that little bit of delay is over, and we'll be getting the 5 skaters to the line momentarily. Oh, his birthday, Parental's birthday will be easy to remember. It's also my mom's birthday, June 28th. So somehow my memory will tie that together and remember the two. And it is Wareham. It's had a lively sort of day today. Been up in there, picked up a 2nd place earlier. Is Faikus. Faikus is 23 from Prague.
Shevchenko really building up some good speed on the outside. Oh, and we have Faikus there just losing an edge on the corner of the exit. Oh, well, Lucas Wareham was down with him.
Also went down with him. I see the volunteers quickly working to put the mats back into place.
Well, I'm not sure if it's visible on the screen, but these mats really, they've really pushed the mats out too far now. These mats are really moving a lot. They travel a great distance, so now they're pulling them back.
And it's Ipchenko in front, the 23-year-old. And good chance here for Tarek Omaragic to get a top 2 result potentially.
Well, Omaragic will want to keep pushing for time though.
And it's 1 to go for Ivchenko, who almost eased into that corner. He's essentially taking a victory lap here. And he will nicely coast over. And Omaragic at 1:32.02 will get 2nd. And unfortunate for Wareham and for Faikus. And we'll get another look.
Yeah, Faikus, Lucas Wareham just sees Faikus goes down, and you just kind of mentally you clench for a second, and that causes you to go down as well, unless he may even caught the same rut that Faikus has caught there on the ice too. Sometimes we can't see that from where we are, but there can be ruts getting dug into the ice after so many races without a flood, and you just catch one of those ruts and it'll just send your blade off track.
It has been a while. We are approaching the end of the morning program. And so we've gone through women's thousands, we've gone through men's thousands, and so it is getting that little bit more chewed up.
Yeah, and at this point they're reusing tracks, so they've circulated through all 7 tracks, and they've worked their way back and worked their way through back again. So the ice just gets kind of abused over that period of time.
1:32.044 is the 2nd place time. Next heat. Watanabe Keita, Lujan Shuo, Ivan Martinic, and Aibek Nassin.
Go to the start. Ready.
Speaking of a lot of younger skaters, Watanabe is one of those rare skaters who's over 30, 32.
We don't call them old, we call them experienced here.
They're veterans. And then at the other end, there's Lujan Shuo, who's been doing junior World Cups for Hong Kong, China. In this case on a world tour, the Hong Kong Ice Chillins.
So if we've been paying attention to the times, there's been a few thousand meters in that 1:30. I think the last one, Omaragic was a 1:32 finishing time. So you don't have to be blistering quick. If you just started a good clip, you're going to, you know, secure those times that you need if you're finishing second. Watanabe pushing the pace here with those 9.2s already.
Experienced skater, having competed at the 2018 Olympic Winter Games in Pyeongchang, and now essentially less than a year out from another one.
Lu Jianchuo looking for the inside.
How did he make that
Just
stick?
Squeezed in there.
Wow. You know, was just waiting for the collision to happen, but he just snuck in and snuck ahead enough to stay clear. Watanabe hanging on. Lu, is there going to be another quick move? Almost. And it's Watanabe and Lu, 1 and 2. I would love to see that move again.
Well, Lu Jianchuo did a terrific job. His whole body was almost inside the track, just his right foot staying outside the blocks to get over inside on that pass.
So there's a look back.
Here's a look on the first pass. Yeah, that's the one there. He knocking out 2 of the first blocks. That's how tight he was.
But also avoiding contact with Nassen, which is just incredible, seeing how close they are to each other. But Watanabe takes it. Lu in second, 127.629. Now he will watch to see how that holds up. 127.514, the winning time. Heat number 9 coming up. Another one with 4 skaters. Lu Shaolin, Zdenek Sepal, Liam O'Brien, and Daniel Bergen.
Go to the start. Ready.
I guess when there is that potential drawback when you miss a week on World Tour, you run the risk of having to do the extra skates, the earlier rounds, no pre-qualifying. But Lu Shaolin hasn't really missed a beat so far anyway, and it's him getting back up to speed on Olympic ice.
Yeah, you miss a weekend, you miss it on some points. That's going to affect your ranking a little bit. So Lu Shaolin having to go through in these preliminaries.
Liam O'Brien, tight pass on the inside, can't hold it.
Really tight, got his shoulders in, hips out. That's what we talked about with the physics, spinning you out.
Penalized earlier, just not his day. And Lu Shaolin now has Zdenek Sepal. Sepal, 23 years old. His older sister has actually competed twice in short track at an Olympics.
Well, I expect to see Lu Shaolin just progress this race to a speed, just making it too difficult to be passed.
You just feel like he's toying with them, and he can turn on the jets at any moment. And yeah, like you're saying, he's just getting faster and faster.
You can watch that hand coming down to the pivot, that right arm drive on the exit, accelerating out of the corner. Sepal doing a great job challenging and sticking with him.
Tried to make a late move, but it is Lu comfortably. Sepal with the 129.44 at the time.
We're going to get a review of the contact between Sepal and O'Brien there.
Possible lane change from outside to in. And that's it right there. And then, yeah, they just spun. So we'll see what happens there with Sepal. Results not made official just yet. But that man will be confident enough that he's going through. No worries from Liu there.
Thumbs up from Lu Shaolin. Job done. There's another look at that inside pass. Liam O'Brien coming up the inside. Shea Paul just holding his line there.
So we'll see if there is much of a lane change outside in. It could just be shoulder to shoulder. We get that angle where you can almost see them changing their lane.
That front on angle, see if we get a look at that.
By that point, they were already kind of shoulder to shoulder.
And then O'Brien's skate gets hit here. Right as he's saving it, oh, a little bit of a bump on the shoulder, and that's just the extra force to put him down.
And down to the ice. So shared responsibility of the ruling. So no punishment will be meted out. So the results stand. Lou Shellin taking the heat. Zdenek Sepal on the clock, 129.432 with a couple of heats still to go. And here's the look again. Yeah, there's not that, we often see that.
Just leaning back on each other both, right?
Yeah, we often see when it's a lane change, it's pretty obvious when you see someone heading in. That was both two guys almost just drifting into each other.
They're both drifting in for that same lane position there, so shared responsibility.
Martin Kolenc, Matej Hanatan, Yaroslav Morozov, and Jonas Hammermuller.
Red.
And it is Kolenc out first. One of the veterans out there. It's us again being creative. He turns 29 this year. He is from Zagreb. Matej Hanatan, 23 years old, just turned it, from Erzurum in eastern Turkey, really the hotbed of winter sports in Turkey. He actually started as a ski jumper and then decided to change it up. That's
what a transition.
A bit of a change of pace.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at, there's a great cyclist, Primoz Roglic, one of the best road cyclists in the world. He started as a ski jumper too, so I don't know what there is. Maybe there's some good cross-training opportunities with ski jumping, but.
Hammermuller on the inside, Atan taking it right back.
Kolenc, meanwhile.
Let's watch Atan closing this gap, see if he carries his speed by. Looking comfortable for him, he's hooking it inside.
Dash up the inside and he gets there,
can't
but
hold
there's
the exit.
opening.
Kolenc right back. It's gonna be a battle here. You want to win this race. It hasn't been too quick. Atan stumbling on the exit. Wow.
Oh my, Atan is gonna hold on. Kolenc gets up there.
Oh.
And Hammermuller there. It became a three-way battle. That is all going to be reviewed.
I want to see the photo. I think Kolenc, he was even as he was holding his feet come up, and it almost looked like a head, but it's in the air. Your blade is need to be in contact with the ice.
I was wondering the same thing, because if he was flipping his blades forward, although would it have...
But he was taking contact from behind from Hammermuller.
Yeah, there was a bump there, and so it's not really his fault that... Anyway.
So here's Hammermuller. Well, we jumped that one.
It's the first pass, I believe.
Atan to the lead here. Squeezing up the inside, but he's not holding this exit, right? See how wide he goes, just open that door right back for Kolenc. He's jumped back inside. This is the finishing corner now. Hammermuller challenging up for second. Look at that blade's up in front.
that might have gotten it. Good luck ruling on this one. There it is. No, it is still Atan.
Yeah.
Kolenc in second, Hammermuller in third. And I don't think there's going to be... They're just checking the finish, but I think that will be as stands. I don't think there's anything for possible penalties. I think they're just checking how that finished. There you go. Atan wins. Kolenc in second, horizontally, 130.821. Getting that boot over the line, maybe in the air. One more to go. DNA Cillier back for more. Oleg Hande, Frederick Pedersen, and Dietrich Veracruz.
Go to the start. Ready.
So we know Cellier has the top end speed. We'll have Oleg Hande in our brains because he was up, he was down in Montreal, he was in some incidents and he was winning races somewhere, and it's just, anyway, the name Oleg Hande will never be forgotten by us up here.
Finding himself in the mix and leading it out right now, 9-2, so this is a quicker race. Certainly holding the lap times they need to for that time advance, down to 9-0.
Hande from Kyiv, 25 years old.
I think DNA Cellier will be probably content sitting in second right now, and then maybe later looking for a finish. But we got Pedersen still holding on there.
Pedersen, one of the new cohort of young Norwegians coming through, hoping to build a program, but it's Hyundai at the moment. Of course, that team really based in Poland right now, and so I'm sure Cellier knows him quite well.
Well, Ole Hyundai's really putting in work up front here. 9-0s he's been holding the last few laps as we come to the final stages of this race.
It is Oleg Hyundai at the bell. Is there a move coming from Cellier?
I think he knows the time is good.
And I think Hyundai actually hung on, but almost an excuse me move by Cellier to almost pull off the victory.
Well, Hyundai really swung it wide there at the end. I think his legs were fatiguing.
And I wonder if Cellier as well, there's just nothing in the legs that allow for him to make that last push coming out of the corner.
Well, that 1:25 time is amongst the fastest ones we've seen today.
Pedersen up there with 1:26.71. So there you have it. Those results are official. Hyundai takes it. Cellier does get enough to qualify. And so they will move into the heats. That, of course, takes place as part of our afternoon session. There you have the qualifiers, the results finalized. And so that all means you'll see the list of all the qualifiers in the 1,000 meters. But this wraps up the morning session from here in Milano. And so if you are watching on the ISU YouTube channel, keep an eye out for the new link. This back half of action this afternoon will be on a different link. There is the list of qualifiers. The long qualifying day is underway. Coming up after the lunch break, we have the quarterfinals in the women's and men's 1,500 meters, heats in both the 500 and the 1,000s, and then the relay quarterfinals, mixed women and men. And so ends the morning session. The students who have filed in to watch are now filing out. You see the slate at the bottom, 1:30 p.m. local time. That is an hour and 20 minutes from now. So wherever you are watching us around the world, thank you very much for joining us. Enough time for you to get a little break. We're gonna go for lunch on behalf of Tyler Dara and the entire crew here in Milan. My name is Gavin Day. Talk to you soon. Goodbye.
Scusami ma ci credo tanto che posso fare questo salto, e anche se la strada è in salita, per questo ora mi sto allenando. E buonasera signore e signori, fuori gli attori, vi conviene non fare più errori, vi conviene stare zitti e buoni, qui la gente è strana tipo spacciatori, troppe notti stavo chiuso fuori, mo li prendo a calci sti portoni, sguardo in alto tipo scalatori, quindi scusa mamma se sono sempre fuori, ma sono fuori di testa, ma diverso da loro, tu sei fuori di testa, ma diverso da loro. matter cause we should talk. Everybody wants to be my enemy. Spare the sympathy. Everybody wants to be my enemy. Oh, the misery. Everybody wants to be my enemy. Spare the sympathy. Everybody wants to be my enemy. I swear I'll never be safe. No way. My enemy. I swear I'll never be safe. Look out, be safe. I do the same thing I told you that I never would. Told you I changed, even when I knew I never could. Know that I can't find nobody else